Okay, so you're going to see where degrees are greater than or equal to 0. On our coordinate plane, notice what happens when our coordinates increase. We go from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. What direction am I moving there? Counterclockwise. So whenever you see the degrees are greater than or equal to 0, that means you're going to move your rotation counterclockwise. Okay? Counterclockwise. Your other set of degrees that you might see, your second, is D is less than 0. So when I'm talking about our quadrants in a coordinate plane, if I'm going from 4 to 3 and 3 to 2 and 2 to 1, I'm decreasing, correct? Yes. What direction am I moving now? Clockwise. So if I see in my directions that I have D is less than 0, I am going to move clockwise. Okay? And we already talked about that the degrees in a circle equal 360. Okay? All right. After you're done with these notes, I'd like you to make a copy of this line. Okay, we have line segment OP. And we are going to make a rotation of line segment OP. So when I say rotation and in subtext it says OP, that means line segment OP. And we're going to go around point O. And we're going to move D. Your degrees are going to be less than 0. Which sometimes will also be labeled as negative D degrees. Okay? Okay, so when we did translations, we moved along a vector. When we did reflections, we flipped over a line. Rotations go around a point. And when it says around that point, this point here becomes our center of rotation. And in this case, our center of rotation is right here. Okay? So once you have that written, take your patty paper, lay it over the picture, and copy everything, including the labels. Okay? And this one's a simple one. Now, I want everybody to just stop and take a look at the board once you have that copied. Stop and take a look at the board once you have that copied. I'm going to show you how to do your rotation. Okay, so our center of rotation is point O. That means that point is going to stay stationary. The only thing that is moving is the rest of the picture. And because our degrees are less than 0, which direction am I going to move? Clockwise. So that means my picture moves this way. Now it doesn't tell us a number of degrees to move. So we're just going to move some amount of degrees clockwise. Okay, now watch. Everybody look. I'm keeping my pencil on my center of rotation, and I'm just going to rotate my picture like that. And that's good enough. If you want to move a little farther, you can. Once you've rotated, trace over it so you have your indentation in your paper. And then lift your patty paper and trace over your indentation. Well, if the original was P, what would the new image be? P prime. Okay. And point O didn't move, so we'll just leave it O. And we're done with that one. Okay, let's move on. We're going to do a quadrilateral now. I love these quadrilaterals because we can talk about a lot of things with a rectangle. So make a drawing of quadrilateral. In this case, it's a rectangle. A, B, C, D again. Okay. And this time we're going to make a rotation of A, B, C, D. Okay. And we're going to do it around point O. We're going to have point O be not on the figure today. Okay. Point O was on the figure in our first drawing. It is not on the figure in this drawing. Okay, so it's outside the figure. So around point O. Bless you. And this time we're going to move D is greater than or equal to 0. Sometimes also called positive D degrees.